Alright, y'all, I'm on my way. I gotta go get some new equipment because I just can't stand doing these videos. Every now and again, I look at What Chili Wants. It's just an interesting show. I like to just always look at this and see where this chick went wrong. She just had so many options at one time. Maybe she still does. There's a bunch of videos online about people who are having issues with stylists. People are bringing up different cities in particular. They're talking about Atlanta and different problems that they're having with these stylists. And, I just wanted to chime in. Of course, in my perfect world, I want everybody to have a good experience. As you can see, I'm natural. I live in a perfect world. I want everybody to just at least have the option to have their own natural hair and to be able to put like their own homemade products in, like I do, with the exception of one or two things that I add to my blend. It's not natural, but I do add it just because it does different things that I needed to do to keep my hair nice and healthy, shiny, bouncy, so on and so forth. In a perfect world, I don't want y'all depending on stylists because I already know what it is. I used to get my hair done like back when I was a teen or whatever. And I will give you like a quick story about, I guess, a stylist that did not. I'm gonna turn this off because like I got the fan and shit on. I just need to turn the AC on. Actually, I don't know why I have a damn fan on. Anyways, I had a situation. I'll talk up a little bit, so just in case the fan is kind of loud. And I'm getting ready to turn this AC on. I'm gonna pause because I gotta turn the AC on. Okay. It was a little cooler earlier in the morning, so actually I had the windows open and I didn't have the AC on. Anyway, it's getting hot again. Like I was saying, in a perfect world, I want everybody to be able to go to their natural hair, but I understand some people are just not going to do that, and they're going to they want wigs and installs and stuff like that. If I could tell a story about I got two stories, but I had a girl who did some crochet braids for me. This one, crochet not first came out because crochet's been around. I just got hip to it, but this is when I was living in Atlanta, and I was considering natural, but I didn't know how and didn't have products, and my hair was shorter for the first time, and so I was kind of going crazy, and I was like, I don't really want to do braids, but I want to do like a flowy look. So then I saw that there was such thing as crochet, so I decided to do that. Somehow I got in touch with this girl. I forget how I got in touch with her, but anyway, she came to my house, she did my hair, and she sewed. First of all, it was really tight. Like, it was really tight. It was the wrong color. To me, it wasn't curly. Like, I would have appreciated something that was more like really super curly and longer. But it was kind of that flowy, silky hair that I just think it looks fake. But anyways, she came over, asked her, did she want to take breaks or whatever. She did not. She did not want to eat. I actually put a couple things out for her to eat and drink. She just wanted to get it over and done with. She actually came over really early. She got there at like maybe 9 o'clock in the morning. I can't remember if she bought the hair, if I bought the hair. All I know, it was like $250 something. I felt like I was out like $300. So I'm thinking maybe I did buy the hair. I'm thinking I bought it now that I think about it. So she came over. She was on time. She didn't stop and take breaks. She wasn't on the phone. Like, she didn't do that. The problem is when I tried to take the hair out, she had sewn it. So literally, I thought I was going to be able to take the little braids out, pull that out, pull it all out, take my cornrows out, wash my hair, and be done. The problem is I ended up having to cut my hair. Like, I had to cut a lot of my own hair. So I was just like really pissed. Like, the point of it is you want to give your own hair a break, and then you want to be able to, wash your hair, look at your new growth, and decide what you want next, But it just, and for that kind of money, like, I remember saying after I was done with her, and like I said, she was professional. I liked my hair at first, but over time I was like, yeah, that was way too much. I will now go to the store, and at the time I could buy like 5 packs of hair for maybe $60 or so. And I got on YouTube and I figured out how to crochet, and from there I was crocheting my own hair. So that part was cool. I learned how to save money. I will say my first because I don't go to the salon a lot. Like, my mother did my hair. She did all my perms and relaxers when I, was doing them or had them done. As a kid, she never burned me. My hair was always like bone ass straight. Like, it was not, my hair didn't break off. Like, my mother clipped my ends. She knew what products to use in my hair. She did not let me use the curling iron too much. It was a while before I was able to like have curled and curling iron styles and things like that, which she discouraged. She was just like very much about education, about hair. and what you should really realize about hair, and that you can't keep putting heat on it. So in that regard, I was one of the girls that, had like the longer hair. I was just one of the girls that was lucky enough to have the longer hair. My hair was naturally lighter. My hair is actually naturally light. Because it looks dark now, it's because I actually put henna in my hair, and I put a color called chocolate in my hair because I like darker hair. I'm trying to cover up a few grays also. I'm trying to cover up a few. There's a few in here. So I do like darker hair. I love when I first do my henna, but as you can see, it's like just there's a little hint of it. But if I just don't put henna in my hair, I'm one of the chicks that's walking around with a very light blonde hair. Not blonde, not white blonde, but I have like blonder hair. So when I was a child, I was the child that when my mother and I would go out together, to the mall or just wherever, people would stop my mother. Like, I would be like 6 or 7 years old, and they'd be like, oh my God, did you dye her hair? Like, she'd look at them like, no, she's a child. Like, that's just the color of her hair. We went to the swimming pool every day, and as a result, I was that, tan black girl with like this seriously blonde hair. It was blonde everywhere. It was like blonde to my roots. So, but I got, back then or whatever, I got a lot of compliments. It was very shocking to people that, my hair was just, I was black, but I had this naturally blonde hair when I was a child. So I have light hair. I've always had light hair, and I dye it darker. Anyways, so she let me, I finally broke down and was able to go get my hair done. Like when we started to go to dances and stuff like that, like in high school, we started to get like a boyfriend. There was like homecomings and stuff. And then I eventually started going to proms in my 10th grade year. So of course you have to go. Like I went to the cotillion, and I was a debutante. So of course you had to go get your hair done. Like there was no two ways about it. You had to go get your hair done. And so, yeah, I had a stylist. So I remember seeing a girl in school, and I liked her hair, but it was like the 80s. This was like, so again, I'm going way back. But anyways, so I liked her hair, and back in the 80s, like in DC, like everybody's hair salon, because I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It was because of like the drug trade and everything that was going on. DC was very hot back then. A lot of drug dealers, a lot of drug dealer girlfriends. So hair salons went from like maybe $40-$45 for a style to $100. Like everything base was $100, whether you liked it or not. This is back when the girls had the gold hoop earrings, the big door knockers. They were wearing riding boots, Coach bags were in, Gucci, Fendi, whatever the case may be. Everybody was just dapper down because that's the type of money that was flowing. I was from the suburbs, so I couldn't come in. I had a boyfriend that gave me a Pathfinder. Like he gave me a car. I did not know a truck rather. I did not know he was, that's another video, but I'll throw this in just because I'm talking about it. But yeah, it was a red Pathfinder, and he was getting another one. And I remember him giving me the truck. I had to hide it. Like I had to hide it in my neighborhood because I was like, the neighbors are going to see it. Like people are going to see it. I can't pull this up at school. People are gonna say like, oh my gosh, you have a new car. Like there's just no way for me to hide this car. So I kept it for 3 days. I remember having a migraine headache. I was like, I can't keep this truck, and I had to give it back to him. It was really nice, but my parents weren't gonna play them types of games. I could not come in with big jewelry on. My mother knew all my clothes. Like she knew, like don't walk in with expensive stuff. I had working parents, and they know exactly what my stuff looks like. So yeah, I just couldn't do that. That lifestyle was not for me. Anyways, back in the 80s, so I'm just kind of painting a picture. But when you went to the salon, everything was $100 minimum, and everybody's getting nails done. Everybody was just, like I said, getting super fly. So back then, like some of the hairstyles was like cut this way and cut that way and then long in the back or whatever. So I remember for my debutante ball or whatever the case, I definitely wanted the style that I talked my mother into let me cut my hair shorter at the top, and then it was long in the back. So anyway, a friend in school, she had her hair done. It was like crimped, but her hair was done so well, you knew you had a bomb hairstyle when you knew you were not going to be able to sleep. So you were not going to be able to go to sleep on your hair. You had to sleep on your face. You had to sleep job like this. You had to sleep propped up. Like that's how you slept in the 80s if you kept those types of styles up. It wasn't no wrap. Like they weren't into wraps yet. It just was a lot of crunchy hair, a lot of spray, and you had to sleep on your damn face, right? So that's what was going on. So I remember, anyway, I liked the hair. And I said, who does your hair? And she gave me the name of the guy in the shop. So I called. This is before like cell phones. I don't think we had cell phones. I think we had pagers. I think we had low beepers and bullshit. And you had to go to the pissy ass phone on the corner, I guess, which I did not like to do. So that only worked for me if I was at home. I wasn't going to the thing to call somebody from the phone that everybody used. So anyway, ended up calling the guy. He was like, yeah, I'll be there. I can be there Saturday and you can get your hair done. Cool. So I show up, and this is in DC. He gave me the address. I show up. So he's not there. So a couple of the stylists were there. They were very nice. And I was just talking to him. I was waiting. So it was a half hour went by, 20 minutes went by. So they called him and said, you know, she's still here. Like, are you on your way? I had a feeling homeboy was probably somewhere asleep. So I remember me, like my appointment, if I could remember it, I'm not going to do an early morning appointment. Like I think that appointment was probably like 12 noon, you know. But whatever was going on, he was not there. So I remember seeing another stylist, and his name is Marquis. And he finished up ahead or whatever. And like I said, he was just one of the stylists I was talking to at the time, waiting on the other guy. And so I was like, you know what? I'm to a point where I don't really even want to wait on this guy. Is there a way? Do you have another appointment? Because I really just would like to get my hair done. And if you're available, I don't have no loyalty here. I just need to get my hair done. This guy's not here. He was like, sure, I can do your hair. You know, I have no problem doing your hair. I don't have anybody else sitting in the chair or whatever. Marquis did my hair. And when I tell you Marquis styled the fuck out of my hair, like he styled my hair. It was so pretty. It was just like I wanted a DC stylist to style my hair. It was on point. Everything laid down like it was supposed to. It felt like it was supposed to. It was just the cut that you wanted back in the day. No two ways about it. And I was like, so the other stylist calls himself walking in, and he jumps up. He was up because the thing was up the steps. So he comes in, and I'm just looking at him like, I ain't got no loyalty here. I needed to get my hair done, and I had an appointment. So Marquis or whatever just finished up the hairstyle. Marquis was my stylist from then. I owe you nothing. Like, you don't get to roll over in bed and forget you have a paying customer. I say all this to say, you girls, some of these stories I'm hearing, I damn sure back in the day, I've never paid a deposit. Not even the lady that did my hair at the house. Like, I'm not paying deposits. I think she tried to ask me for a deposit. And I think she tried to go back and forth with me on, because we were just like texting, I think, at first. I think she said something about a $50 deposit. And at the time I was like, yeah, I'm not doing, like, I'm not hooked. I don't have apps and stuff. I'm not doing $50 deposits. Like, I have the money, I'm paying in cash and all that. So it's not going to be an issue. But that's how I'm going to do it. I can pay you once you're done and all that. I went to I went to get my hair braided. I was in Maryland. This was years ago too. And this was an all African shop or whatever. Well, people had they were talking in different languages. So I can't necessarily say exactly. No, I think it was called the African Braid Shop. I think it was called that. So I think it's okay for me to say that. Anyways, the girl, she was extremely rude, who was doing my hair. She acted like she had an attitude. She actually told me to hold this. And all of a sudden I looked up in like the hair that she was using to braid my hair. She acted like I was going to hold it. And all of a sudden I was like, I don't hold anything. Like, I'm not holding stuff while I'm getting my hair done. So I just gave it back to her. Like, bitch, I ain't holding no hair. How the hell am I going to hold hair for 10 hours? Like, that don't even make, anyway. They'll try you. All of a sudden the guy comes around. Like, the style I wanted was like $157. It was like a braid, it was a cornrow, and it was going to come back. So I'm not doing individuals. I'm not, so I remember it being like 150 something, like it was 160 or something. So all of a sudden I see this man that was in the front going around to each chair. And it's like, he's collecting cards, he's collecting money. And I'm thinking, he ain't collecting nothing from me until my hair is done. So he walks up and he was like, okay, you getting the braided style, so it's going to be 157. I just looked back at him. I said, oh, I got the money. And I went in my bag and showed him my roll of money, because I had my money and I had my cash. I said, she's going to get paid. I said, I got the money. I said, it ain't going to be a, grab and snatch and try to come up out of here. She's going to get paid. She's going to get paid at the end, though. I pay at the end of my services. And I didn't say nothing else after that. He was like, oh, okay. And he went to the next chair and collected their money. No. I don't play those types of games. You will get paid once the services are rendered. And don't get me wrong, I would never have someone spend hours and hours braiding my hair, and I just come up with like some crazy reason to not pay them. Like, if the hair, like, she had to start over. Again, she had an attitude. So, and they were talking in different languages, which I didn't appreciate, but it is what it is. So the girl, she was braiding really tight. Like, she started in the bag. And I remember she had to start over twice. And I had to tell her, like, if I tell you the first time you're braiding too tight, you're braiding too tight. And no, you're not going to take it out and huff and puff and then turn around and braid tight again. Like, you can't finish my hair. I can't finish the appointment. And I told her that, you either have to loosen it up. I understand you want it tight. I understand you want to stay in. But I can't I'm not going to leave here with my hair bleeding and, feeling like it's bleeding, or feeling like it hurting. I'm not gonna have a headache. Like, my hair's not gonna be on fire. Like, these are things y'all have to speak up. That's all I can tell you. All these deposits that everybody wants, I think is crazy. These people are definitely double booking themselves. I think any stylist that is available the next day, I think they do that on purpose. They know good and hell well they're double, triple, quadruple booking. They know somebody's gonna get pissed. They know they're gonna come up with these excuses about, oh, you bought the wrong hair, you bought the wrong this, you didn't braid your hair, you didn't wash your hair. Like, to me, if you collect 25 a pop and you know that it's like 10 people a week that you really just playing with, you making an extra $1,000 a month, like, just playing with people, knowing that some of them are not going to press you to get the $25 back. It's stuff like that. Like, my advice is as follows. I wouldn't do deposits. And I would specify what I require, which is you have to be on time. If you're not, I'm not giving you a deposit. I can give you a deposit when I walk in. If you just like want cash, like, you know what, I need to, I get it. I get they can't keep having their time wasted. But this is how I feel about business. If you're a good stylist and you're good at what you do, women want their hair done. Like, to me, it's open and shut. You just do not have to get over on people and treat them like shit and think it's okay to do it. Like, women will come back to you. Like, my stylist Marquis in DC, I had a cotillion. Like, he was pricey. Like I said, I was a regular, I'm in school, I'm an athlete, like, I'm from the suburbs, like, I have working parents. So I wasn't getting my hair done all the time. Like, it had to be like something special, like a dance, or, my prom, or a cotillion, like things like that. Or when I just did a blunt, I love the bob. Like, when you have long hair a good portion of your life, and I don't say long, it ain't down my back, but it's just you're the sister that's encouraged to keep her hair long. As a result, though, you end up getting bored with that. So when the bob came out, everybody was just like, I cut. And when I tell you, I got my hoop earrings, and I was always, because Marquis would have his styles were good. He used very good products on me, and so my hair moved, like, it was healthy, it was thick. So I say all that to say you're not going to miss a client. Like, we want to get our hair done. We're going to show up for the appointment. I just feel like these deposits are, they're scamish. And I think that too many people are paying a lot of deposits and they really shouldn't be paying them. Because, look, you don't need a damn deposit. When you do a good job, you do a good job. Oh, I do want to cover this. I had a stylist. When was this? Back in, it don't even matter when it was. It was in the 2000s. Anyway, I was in Atlanta, and same thing. I had grew my hair out again, but I remembered my hair when it was cut blunt, and I wanted that bob style again. So I remember walking into, I can't remember the name of this mall, but it was out in Kennesaw. It's right there off the highway. I can't remember the name of it. Anyways, I walked in, and this area is kind of half and half. But it's kind of some country white folks out there too. So when I walked into, I forget the name of the salon, it was in the mall. And when I walked in, it was a bunch of white stylists. And I remember them being very scared, like not wanting to even make contact with me because clearly they didn't do black hair. It's okay if you don't do black hair. You can say you don't do ethnic hair, like you don't have that skill set. I'd rather you say that and be truthful and not try to play in my hair. So they said, we have another salon, and I think someone there will definitely be able to help you. They gave me the girl's name, I think they gave me the girl's name because she was a black stylist in Perimeter Mall. I do remember that mall. So I drove there, and I met Rose. And when I tell you, Rose had my hair looking and feeling like a wig, but in a good way. In a good way. First of all, Rose shampooed, conditioned, the product smelled good, my scalp felt good, the right temperature of water was used, she had good conversation, the salon was very professional, clean, all the stylists looked professional, they were talking about kind of fun topics and things, and you know what I'm saying, it was an experience. I felt like this is nice, I like this. Homegirl, got me from the deep conditioner, she blow dried my hair. She flat ironed my hair. She proceeded to cut my hair. She knew how to cut my hair. I don't know how she used, because a blow dryer is a blow dryer. A flat iron is a flat iron. She did not burn me. She flat ironed, I was done. I remember feeling like I was going to fall asleep in her chair. Like, that's how gentle Rose was with my hair. But the hair was done. Like, there was no, she didn't sacrifice the hair. She didn't sacrifice the cut. She didn't sacrifice the style and the technique. You know, feeling like she needed to be rough. Like, she just, like when I went to Rose got a $20 tip. Off top, Rose was going to get a $20 tip. Rose was always on time. I never had to wait for Rose. The conversation was good. Like I said, the salon was always on point. I enjoyed them. I enjoyed giving her a tip. I remember giving her a $30 tip one time. I didn't care. Like, I didn't care. I wanted her to have that money. The hair always came out. So I called back. I remember calling back one day, you know, just wanting to get an appointment with her. Because again, it was more than a haircut. It was very relaxing. It was a both and is what I call it. And so not only was I gonna get a good haircut, but oh my God, I just felt like oh my, this is like so relaxing. Like, Jesus Christ, I'm getting both. I'm getting two things here. And one time I had to tell her, she was steadily talking and, you know, making conversation. I was like, girl, Rose, I said, girl, I don't know what you do, but I not only do you know how to do my hair, but girl, it's so relaxing. I said, I don't know. And my eyes are closed because I'm like, girl, I'm not ignoring you, but oh my God, it's just so relaxing. Like, your hands are magic. Like, your hands are magic. Like, you are so good at what you do. You do good hair, but you're so gentle. And we just bust out laughing or whatever. So I enjoy her. Anyways, I remember calling back and them saying Rose is not at this location anymore. I was like, okay, is there another mall? Is there like another location? Because it was like a franchise or whatever, different, you guys, different places. And they're like, no, I think she's at another place. So by then I had like her cell phone and stuff as well. So I called her and she was like, oh yeah, I'm at this other salon. So she was further out, like in Kennesaw. So if you know anything about Atlanta, and so like I lived in town. So I remember going to, no, I lived way out actually. Where did I live? I lived way out by then. Not by then, but when I first moved to Atlanta, I lived in a suburb. It was way out. But anyway, so I go to her new location. I didn't like it. The stylist in it. You ever go to a salon and people are like, they're trying to get their point across, but they're doing it in like this rough, rugged, like you can't disagree with them. Like, it's a combative conversation. That's really what I'm trying to say. My hair is going through shrinkage right now. It's slightly still wet, and so I always like to pull on the front just to make sure it doesn't zap up too high, because I do want my bang to fall. So it is shrinking, and I've finally gotten okay with shrinkage, like it's going to happen to natural hair, my texture of hair, and it's okay. So I try to cheat and pull it a little bit in the front. Anyways, I did not like the salon. I don't care about the ethnicity of people, but I do, if I can get a mix, it's usually kind of good. If not, I really don't care. You can be all of something. I'm okay with that, but I do want to be comfortable. I felt like it was very combative. I didn't like it there. Rose's work suffered in that salon. By the way, my hair did not look the same. I did give her a tip because it wasn't $20. It wasn't her usual $20. It just wasn't the same. I remember sitting in the car going, I could have did this myself. I was like, I could have did this myself. There's nothing special about this hair. I don't feel like I went to the shop. I don't. I feel like I could have did this myself. So I felt like I wasted my money. She just kind of fell off. Like, her locations changed. I think she kept kind of going to different places, I think. And it was to a point that I think she was so much further out. And I was just like, yeah, I just got to leave this alone. Because two things. The hair wasn't the same. And I felt bad for her because I didn't understand what happened. Like, did something happen at the salon, like at the mall or whatever? I know that sounds corny, like people getting their hair done at the mall. But for real, this salon was just really nice. Like I said, they were super professional. She was always on time. I had no issue. I love the clientele there. I like the other stylists. It just was great. It was not far from me at all. It was a hop, skip, and a jump to get to Perimeter Mall. So, and I enjoyed going. Like I said, you want your entire experience to be good. I was already in the mall, so you get your hair done, and you get to go flip your bob and go shop a little bit, or go meet somebody for lunch, or just, whatever, because like your hair's done. Like you doing it now. Now you can just flip. Now you can just flip. You flipping the rest of the afternoon, and you can go do it. And like I said, she was always on time. Her timing was good. Rose's timing was good with me. I wasn't in there all day. She wasn't working on another person. She only worked on me. She washed and conditioned and deep conditioned my hair. She used good products. She worked on she blow dried. She flat ironed, and she styled and cut my hair. So I say all this to say, I've commented on like a lot of people's posts. Stop feeding these chicks. Stop feeding these people. You keep coming back, they're going to keep doing it. You keep paying deposits, they're going to keep triple booking. They know y'all not going to fight them. Y'all not going to take them to court for $25. Like, you're not. And in some cases, y'all really don't have any leverage. Like, when I'm coming into the salon and I'm going to pay you, your incentive is to do the hair, do it well, and you're supposed to get paid. Like, you're supposed to get paid for your work. So your incentive is to do it well, and hopefully I'm a repeat customer. It's not to be collecting money and deposits up front. Now, some people now, as much as it costs to get hair done now, $25 is nothing. $25 is barely a dent, right? But some of you girls, like I said, I wish everybody the best. In a perfect world, I want everybody to, love their natural hair and be able to, wear it and throw some hoop earrings on and throw some makeup on and lashes and go out into the world and have that be really cute. My hair is growing a lot. With my mix, it's really cool. It took me a couple of months to kind of figure out the mix that was going to work. But between my flaxseed gel, which I make myself, aloe vera gel, it's the fruit of the earth, so it does come from the store. And I always do castor oil. That's my base. Honestly, after that, I will put in some lanolin oil. Lanolin is not going to be from, it's not going to be all natural. All natural lanolin smells like it comes from a sheep. Okay. So I'm not going to be smelling like the zoo. Like, I tried the all natural and I don't care what you put in it. It stinks. Like, I can't stand that smell. So it was unnecessary. So I did go and get like, it's a certain brand that I do use, and it already has like a fragrance in it or whatever the case may be. So it's like a grease already, and I'm fine with that. It's not. I've gotten away from feeling like everything has to be like so natural, and so for the most part, the things I put in my hair, it's gonna fortify it. It's gonna strengthen it. It's gonna it's gonna have great body. It's gonna it's gonna do the things I need it to do. Like I said, I'm still pulling, y'all, because it's drying. It's trying to curl up, and I want this front to have a little bit of a bang. But my ends are always good. It grows really well. My curl definition is there. I was putting beeswax in my hair, y'all, and one thing I do know about certain things that you use, it will straighten hair. So beeswax, by the way, it tastes like wax. Like, I got it from Whole Foods, like all natural. Like, it looks like blocks of soap. And I remember just tasting it going, oh, I hope this isn't like honey, like it's sweet, because I know anything sweet or anything milk-based will like try to straighten your hair and it'll take your curl pattern out. So I tried to be very cognizant of that. So I remember when I first bought it, I like licked it like naive me. I normally do all my research online just to make sure I know what I'm putting in my hair. And I didn't do it for some reason. I knew, like, in the back of my mind, I was like, you still need to research it. Even though it's not sweet, still research it and make sure it does not have sugar in it. Lo and behold, beeswax has a ton of sugar in it. So I really did feel my curl pattern did change. Like, I feel like my hair is a little bit fuzzier than it was. Like, one day I just remember waking up and going, my hair is not the same, so I'm not gonna do a big chop. Like, I don't feel like it. I'm just gonna cut little by little and just kind of let my actual curl pattern come out. And don't get me wrong, my hair is like mad curly. Like, I'm not saying it's straight, but the curl pattern did change. I did catch that, and just keep that in mind. Any of these milk-based product, coconut milk and all that stuff, honey, all that stuff will start to F up your curl pattern. So some of you girls are going through that. You're trying to figure out why your hair and your curl pattern is changing, and you feel like, well, I'm just using products from the store. I'm just using maybe some natural stuff that I've seen people use. Be careful of that. Like, it's gonna mess you up. So I've gone back to the basics of what I normally would use. Like I said, my castor oil, flaxseed gel, which I love. Aloe vera gel, my Dax. So all of these, a lot of this stuff is humectants. It actually will, seal and fortify. It draws moisture in. My hair will stay in its shape. I don't wrap my hair. I don't use bonnets. Like, I'm wild like that. I do have a satin pillowcase. I just have to sleep. I just can't. With stuff on my head, it's hot. I don't like how that feels. The most I'm gonna do is a satin pillowcase. And then when I wake up, I shake it. I will put my mix on. And my mix is it takes a little bit of work. So I'll do a heavy oil mix with my flaxseed. I'll do aloe I will use castor oil, Dax, castor oil, Dax, lanolin, olive oil. Did I say that already? Coconut oil. I think that's it. And I'll use a little shea nut butter, just a little bit, and I'll melt that down. I have a special little cute little pot. I melt that down and I put a little bit of the flaxseed gel and I slowly blend that. It will get very white. I put that in a separate container that goes, everything goes in the refrigerator, by the way. Everything goes in the refrigerator. I go down to the refrigerator and grab stuff when I need it. It's not just sitting on the counter because it's a lot of it's just, you have to put it in the refrigerator. And then I'll use just flaxseed gel, which I make with a lot of flax seeds, and it's going to be very thick. So I do a hand mix with that. I'll add some additional aloe vera gel and castor oil to that. So I have a formula, like I have a thing that I know that works for my hair. And so I wear my natural hair. I was going through that awkward first year period where I loved my hair when it was really short, and I was loving it, right? And so it started growing out, which was fine, but then it gets to that awkward. It's an awkward stage. And I remember going out to see my good girlfriend who I hadn't seen in a long time because I just moved back to the area. And I remember thinking, I'm going to go out to lunch with her, but then I'm going to come back from going out with her. I'm going to just go ahead and take the scissors to my hair and just cut it short again. I'm going to be a short natural because I really love my short hair. Lo and behold, she was like, oh, girl, do not cut your hair. She was like, no, grow it out because I can see it. And oh my God, it's going to be so cute. And I was like, daggone it. So not only did she say, let it grow out, I did make a promise that I would do this for another year just to see what it looks like. And like now I have to do it. I said it out loud. Another good girlfriend signed off on it. And for some reason, after about a month of meeting with her, it kind of grew down mushroomish a little bit. Like it's going to dry more and my hair is going to be, it's gonna look shorter, and I'm already used to it and I'm accustomed to it. But I can tell and know that when I do comb through my hair, like when I put my gels, my mixture on, it's longer. Like I have much longer pieces in my hair. The back is longer. Like if I pull it out, which I don't want to do because I want it to be kind of mushroomy, and I do want the back to just kind of just be that. I don't want to pull it out to show you length because I do want it to start drying. But I do like it when it's like mushroomy for whatever reason. It just, not whatever reason, it's growing. And what happens is, you have to like give it, I know it's gonna like if you want to really grow your hair, it's gonna go through that weird process. I decided not to do like things like braids and stuff. Like I was wearing a wig every now and again, especially for work and work meetings. I remember just getting up going like I ain't got time to be putting gels in and just be sitting in front of everybody looking like a wet dog. So I would like put a long wig on. But that got old. I was like, I ain't got time. These people, it's okay if they see my natural curly hair. It is what it is. So over time I remember just like wearing like my natural hair. And everybody was like, oh, that's really cute. And I was like, okay, thank you. So I get a lot of compliments to a point now where it's kind of grown out and it's got a little bit of a shape to it. I'm the one that cuts it. I do only have to cut my ends like once. I say once every 6 months, but honestly, I remember saving cutting my hair for a year. And honestly, when I was cutting it, all I saw was little ringlets like on my vanity or whatever in the bathroom. And it didn't even need to be cut. Like the amount that I was cutting like a whole ringlet, but it didn't need to cut. Like my hair was just like nice and fortified and it was very thick and it was very nice. I will cut ends though. I mean, you need to cut. Like, so even if I did it every 6 months, or every year, every 9 months, like I feel like you just do. It's just good to cut your hair and get a fresh line, on your hair, and it definitely doesn't hurt it. So, but I don't have to do a lot of cutting. I haven't put heat or flat irons in my hair. It's been a couple of years. Like it's been a couple of years. I love my natural hair. I say all this to say, all these horror stories. I was supposed to turn that fan off. When I turned the air on, I forgot. So hopefully y'all have heard me this whole time. I don't like the horror stories. I feel like too many people are taking advantage. That deposit, I feel like it's probably paying people's rent. I feel like these girls know they're double, triple, quadruple booking. They know you're going to get frustrated. They know they're oversleeping. Like they know having you sit in the salon because they're doing 4 and 5 heads a pop is awful. They know once you get in the shampoo bowl and you got a deep conditioner. Some of y'all are sitting under a dryer for an hour. I don't know why I would do that. I'm just not going to do that. I do have another story to tell, like when I was in Atlanta. And I remember at the time I was engaged and I kept talking. I just kind of kept talking about my lifestyle because people want to talk to you. And I was talking about my lifestyle and how I traveled, and I had a couple of homes at the time with my fiance. And I think the stylist kind of thought to herself, okay, cool, I can get a lot of money out of her. And at the time I thought I was just talking. Anyways, I remember just coming in and I didn't like the shampoo girl. Like, to me, she was being mad disrespectful. She claimed she put a conditioner in my hair that required it to be washed out with cold water, which at the time, like when I think back about it, I'm thinking that's probably a damn lie. I think you were just being a bitch and you just wanted to do something to make me uncomfortable. Nobody in their right mind wants cold water on their scalp. Like, when I think about it today, I'm like, she was just being a jerk. And so, but at the time I was like, oh, okay, it'll help my hair. But Jesus Christ, I just didn't need to do that. Nowadays, no, you're not going to put nothing in my hair and say, by the way, I have to wash it out with cold water. I would say, you can go to hell. You will be washing it out with hot water, and I never told you to put that in my hair. See, that's the difference. I remember sitting in the late chair, and she was one of these really good stylists in Atlanta. And so, yeah, she had a couple of different clients. She didn't really leave me waiting because that's just not something I'm going to do. But the problem is she did put me on the dryer one time, like really long. And I just remember when I was sitting on the dryer, feeling like my hair, I remember kept touching my hair, like my hair is dry. I don't need to still be under here. So I remember just like changing the temperature. Like, I turned around and literally changed the temperature. And I just put it on air. Like, I was like, I'm not going to sit here. If I'm going to have air blowing through my head, it's not going to be hot. Like, I'm not going to have you burn my hair. So I remember her coming back around and her doing my hair. I remember her trying to rush. Like, she was just seriously just like rushing. And she was, with the big barrel and rushing it and just trying to get it done. And Don't rush me. I don't like how that feels. I then let her know about the shampoo and conditioner. That whole session felt very dismissive. It felt like the two girls that were doing the shampoo and conditioner, I felt like they were being rude. They were just talking about all kind of shit that nobody cared to listen to. I didn't appreciate having my hair rinsed out with like cold water. Like, I wanted money off. I felt like, and my hair was rushed. And I remember making a comment, and she came up with this, $115, which that wasn't her cost before. It was more like 75-ish, 80, which is fine. Like, I'll pay, I'll pay. The money isn't the issue. And then she had the nerve to get into, oh, you got a deep conditioner, you got a specialized conditioner. I said, the problem with that is you gotta tell me. You gotta tell me. That's not something, and I have to agree to pay that. Don't add a $20 conditioner, because they know I need to be walking out with bottles of product, straight up. Don't add $25 to my appointment. I still have the card in my hand, and I'm not swiping it until I am satisfied. And I let her know that. I said, no, we're gonna go back to the money I normally pay, which is $75, but I'm gonna give you an additional, $10, $15 today, but we're not doing 110. Whatever the cause, 100 something, I wasn't doing that. And I told her. I said, so what do you want to do? I still got the card. I ain't swiping a fucking thing. And you didn't get no deposit. You didn't get no deposit. I didn't go back to her. It's like, don't do that. Don't don't have me sitting because I think, double booked. 2, your shampoo girls need to be professional. Even though these are not their clients, they need to remain professional. Washing my hair off with cold water, I will never fall for that again. I don't care what it is. Unless I have told you, I know about this conditioner. I know you all have it, and I know it takes cool water to rinse it out. Who wants their hair rinsed out with cold water? Like, that doesn't make any sense. The more I tell that story. I'm getting ready to get off because I don't think I have this much memory on my damn phone, card, whatever the case may be. Like I said, I'm going to get out here and get some better equipment, y'all. I already said it. Better camera lighting. I'm sick of this view. It's stupid. I'm tired of the phone view. It's dumb. It's time to come up. God knows it's not a money issue. I just don't want to go shop for the equipment. I don't know why. It's just not a